Welcome to Build Unveiled. Have you ever wondered how your favorite pasta is made? Picture this: a dish of spaghetti, a plate of tortellini, or a serving of lasagna. These are just a few of the numerous pasta shapes that come from different parts of Italy, each with its own unique origin story. Pasta, a universally adored comfort food, has a rich history that dates back centuries. It's often the centerpiece of meals, bringing families together around the dinner table. Today, we'll reveal the secrets behind making this loved dish. Making pasta is an art that starts with the simplest of ingredients. Let's begin with the heart of our pasta, the flour. Usually, a finely milled, high-protein durum wheat flour is used, which gives pasta its firmness and distinctive chew. Next, we have eggs, the binding agent that holds our pasta together. They also lend a velvety texture and rich flavor to the pasta. Moving on, our next ingredient is salt, a small but mighty component. It enhances the natural flavors, making the pasta more savory. Last but not least, we add a drizzle of olive oil. It not only adds a hint of flavor, but also keeps the dough supple and easy to work with. Each ingredient plays a critical role, and together, they create a symphony of taste and texture that we know and love as pasta. So there we have it: flour, eggs, salt, and olive oil. With our ingredients ready, it's time to get our hands dirty. The magic of pasta making begins with the creation of the dough. This is where the real transformation happens, where simple ingredients like flour and eggs morph into something truly special. First things first, we'll be mixing our flour and eggs together. It's a straightforward process that requires just a touch of patience. Pour your flour into a mound on a clean, flat surface. Create a well in the center and crack your eggs right into it. With a fork, gently beat the eggs, gradually incorporating the flour from the edges of the well. It's a delicate dance of blending that marries these two ingredients into a unified mixture. Once the dough starts to come together, it's time to get your hands dirty. Kneading the dough is a tactile pleasure, a connection to the food you're creating. Push, fold, and turn the dough, working it until it's smooth and elastic. This process isn't just about mixing, it's about developing the gluten in the flour, which gives our pasta its delightful chewy texture. Now, if your dough feels too sticky, don't hesitate to add a sprinkle of flour. On the other hand, if it's too dry and crumbly, a tiny bit of water can make all the difference. The goal is to achieve a dough that's smooth, supple, and resilient, one that bounces back when you press it. The final step in creating the dough is one that might surprise you: resting. Yes, just like us, the dough needs a break. Wrap it up in some plastic wrap and let it take a nice long nap. This rest period allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to roll out later. Plus, it gives the flour more time to absorb the moisture from the eggs, resulting in a more cohesive dough. And so, with the dough resting, we're one step closer to our delicious pasta. We've laid the groundwork, and now we let time do its work, bringing us that much closer to the joy of a homemade pasta meal. So let's let our dough rest while we prepare for the next exciting phase of our pasta making journey. Now that our dough is well rested, it's time for the most exciting part: rolling and cutting. Rolling pasta dough is an art in itself. It's about transforming our humble dough into a thin sheet, the canvas for our pasta shapes. If you're doing this by hand, you'll want to dust your rolling pin and surface with flour to prevent sticking. Start from the center of the dough, roll it outwards, rotating it occasionally to maintain an even thickness. This process requires patience, but the reward is worth it. Alternatively, for those of you who have a pasta machine, this device will be your best friend. Simply feed the dough through the rollers, starting at the widest setting. After each pass, narrow the setting until you reach the desired thickness. It's a joy to watch the dough gracefully glide through the machine, becoming thinner and longer with each pass. Now, let's talk about shapes. Pasta comes in a myriad of forms, each with its own charm. For instance, to create spaghetti, you would use a spaghetti cutter or roll the dough into a thin log and slice it thinly. If fettuccine is more your style, cut the pasta sheets into ribbons about 3/4 of an inch wide. Lasagna lovers, simply leave your dough in sheets. Remember, the shape of your pasta can elevate your dish, so choose wisely. When it comes to cutting, precision is key. Whether you're using a knife or a pasta machine, ensure your cuts are neat. This will not only make your pasta look more appealing, but it will also ensure even cooking. As you work, lightly dust your pasta with flour to prevent sticking, and lay them out flat or hang them up to dry a little before cooking. This small step makes a huge difference in the texture of your cooked pasta. And there you have it, your pasta is ready for the pot. It's been quite a journey from simple ingredients to these beautiful strands and sheets of pasta. Every roll, every cut has brought us closer to the final delicious destination. And now, it's time to cook. The final step is cooking your freshly made pasta. Now you might think, how hard can boiling pasta be? Well, it's not rocket science, but a few tips can make all the difference between good pasta and great pasta. First, let's talk about the water. It should be as salty as the sea. Why? Because this is your chance to season the pasta itself. No sauce can make up for under-seasoned pasta, so don't skip this step. Bring the water to a rolling boil, add enough salt, and then introduce your pasta. As for the cooking time, remember that fresh pasta cooks much quicker than the dried versions, so keep a close eye on it. You're aiming for al dente, firm to the bite. Overcooked pasta is a culinary tragedy, so when in doubt, taste it. Now, while your pasta is dancing in the pot, let's consider the sauce. With fresh pasta, simplicity is key. A good quality olive oil, some garlic, a hint of chili, and a sprinkle of parmesan can work wonders. Or, if you're in the mood for something creamy, a light Alfredo sauce can be divine. For tomato lovers, a simple marinara sauce, rich and fragrant, would be a perfect match. And there you have it, the art of making pasta, from simple ingredients to a delicious meal. Now, all that's left is to enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on future content.